If you feel like you used to handle things just fine, but now even small things put you over the edge, it's not a personal failure, it's a physiologic pattern. This is a common thing I hear in clinical practice. People tell me, I used to be so resilient, I could handle stress, I could just push through, and now they feel easily overwhelmed, discouraged, or even ashamed about how difficult it is to handle stress, especially when nothing significant has changed. So I want to say this clearly, your body has not suddenly become weak. What's happening is not a character flaw. It's a physiologic adaptation. A decreased ability to handle stress often feels like a personal failure because it affects the part that we identify most with: our motivation, our resilience, our patience, and our productivity. When those things shift, it's easy to feel like something is wrong or that you should just be able to go right back to the way you used to be. But biology doesn't work that way. The body's stress response doesn't respond to worth or the amount of effort we put in. It responds to a cumulative effect over time. And over time, repeated demands, even good ones, change how the response system functions over time. In this series, we're going to talk about the body's stress response system, often called the HPA Axis, and how chronic stress affects our hormones, energy, mood, sleep, and resilience over time. So today is about setting the foundation, because without this framework, everything can feel more confusing. A really important concept I'd like to drive home today is that stress responses in and of themselves are not bad. They're protective. Your nervous system and your hormones are designed to rise to the challenge and respond in order to mobilize energy and keep you safe. In the short term, this system works beautifully. You rise to the occasion, you push through, and most people don't get into trouble because they experience stress. They get into trouble when that stress becomes chronic and they don't have adequate recovery. And this is the part that most people miss. Your body adapts to chronic stress by downregulating certain systems of the body in order to protect you, rather than breaking all at once. Think of your body's stress response as a dimmer switch, rather than a simple on and off. At first, the body turns things up in order to meet the demand, but over time, it starts dialing back certain functions that it deems as less important in order to protect the most important physiologic functions of the body. Things like digestion, hormone signaling, or even emotional stability take a back seat because these aren't emergencies, so they get deprioritized. And from a survival standpoint, that makes sense. But from a day-to-day quality of life standpoint, it can feel awful. This is also why willpower alone doesn't fix the effects of chronic stress. When someone tries harder or tries to push through, it often sends a signal to the body that there's more demand rather than a signal of safety. So instead of bouncing back, it can actually worsen symptoms. So it doesn't mean that motivation is the problem, it's that the signal needs some recalibration. Chronic stress can be confusing because it doesn't always feel like stress anymore. You may feel tired instead of wired, or you may feel flat instead of anxious. You may be reactive to all the small things, but disconnected from the big ones. And because these changes often happen gradually, people tend to blame themselves. The reality is that the system isn't broken, and it doesn't mean that there's one hormone or one lab test that explains the entire situation. It means that the stress response system has been doing its job for a long time, and now it needs support in order to restore rhythm and resilience without more pressure. So in subsequent videos, I'll explain how the stress response system actually works and why cortisol is often misunderstood. From there, we'll explore how symptoms can change over time, how stress affects hormones, and why what's helped before may not help now. Each video will stand on its own in order to help give you a calm and clear understanding of the big picture so that you can be empowered. This is about understanding how your body is trying to work for you, not against you, and learning how to restore resilience in a way that supports you long term. I'm Dr. Kate, and thanks so much for being here.